The 1970s, a decade marked by anxiety and fear. Around the globe, terrorism employed a new weapon, the airplane. Hijackings dominated the headlines, as hostages became pawns in a dangerous game. On June 27, 1976, a routine flight from Tel Aviv would ignite an extraordinary chapter in history, the Audacious Operation Entebbe. This is a tale of courage, strategy, and sacrifice, a story that redefined what was deemed possible. Flight 139 departed from Ben Gurion Airport with 248 passengers, blissfully unaware that their journey would veer dramatically off course. As they crossed into Greek airspace, the calm was shattered. Armed members of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine revealed themselves. With weapons drawn, they seized control of the aircraft, demanding a course change to Entebbe, Uganda. The passengers were thrust into a nightmare, landing 2,500 miles from home, under the regime of dictator Idi Amin. Night fell, and with it came a chilling reality: 102 Israeli nationals lay captive, with a horrific deadline looming. Amin, in a ruthless display of power, met with the hijackers, announcing that non-Israeli hostages would be released. The rest faced imminent execution unless Israel freed 53 Palestinian prisoners. The clock ticked ominously toward June 30, 2 p.m., an ultimatum that spelled despair for the families waiting anxiously in Israel. In Tel Aviv, military leaders convened an emergency council. Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and Defense Minister Moshe Dayan were faced with a grueling decision: to negotiate or to attempt the impossible. General Dan Shamron presented a bold plan to launch a rescue operation from thousands of miles away. Leading the assault would be Lieutenant Colonel Yonatan Netanyahu, a soldier of unmatched valor. His training, tactics, and leadership would hinge on a delicate balance between success and catastrophic failure. As Netanyahu meticulously reviewed maps and intelligence, the stakes elevated. Time was not on their side, and they had to strike fast and accurately. They assembled a force of 285 commandos, deploying 4 Hercules transport planes, prepared to fly at extreme altitudes to avoid detection. The plan was audacious: fly undetected, land at a hostile airport, storm a fortified terminal, and extract 102 lives, all before Ugandan forces could react. On June 29, under the cloak of night, the operation commenced. As the Hercules aircraft roared into the sky, tension gripped the air. Every soldier aboard knew the gravity of the mission ahead. The flight would take 7 hours, flying dangerously low and fast over hostile terrain. One mistake could spell disaster. At 11:15 p.m. on July 3, the first Hercules touched down at Entebbe. The assault began with explosive precision. Every soldier executed their roles flawlessly, as they breached the terminal with disciplined intensity, shouting commands and ushering hostages toward safety. The world watched as the operation unfolded with breathtaking speed and deadly efficiency. But in the chaos, tragedy struck. A sniper's bullet found Yonatan Netanyahu, wounding him gravely. As his soldiers rushed him to safety, they knew the mission had to continue; each life depended on it. Their training instinctively kicked in, driving them forward despite the heart-wrenching loss of their leader. The operation was completed in just 20 minutes, with all 102 hostages rescued and minimal casualties. The first aircraft lifted off, leaving behind a war-torn scene of bravery and sacrifice. As they soared back to Israel, emotions swelled among the freed hostages, but sorrow gripped the heart of the mission. Yonatan Netanyahu succumbed to his wounds during the flight home, a hero who would never witness the fruits of his sacrifice. At 7:15 a.m. on July 4, Flight 139 arrived, greeted by tearful families and the embrace of a grateful nation. What should have ended in tragedy transformed into a miraculous reunion as hostages, who had been mere hours from execution, now stood liberated on their homeland's soil. Yet, the victory bore a bittersweet weight: a commander had fallen. The legacy of Operation Entebbe transcends its initial 90 minutes of chaos. Nearly 50 years later, it remains studied in military academies worldwide, a testament to what can be achieved when lives are at stake. The courage displayed that night set an enduring standard for special operations, demonstrating that determination and sacrifice can indeed defy the odds. Lieutenant Colonel Yonatan Netanyahu's name will forever echo in the halls of history, an emblem of heroism and sacrifice. His actions inspired future generations of soldiers, ensuring that the price of freedom and safety is never forgotten. In the face of adversity, when hope seemed lost, one man's resolve illuminated a path to salvation, leaving a legacy built on courage and honor that continues to resonate today.